So how do we bend forward? What's the best way to pick something up off the ground? I would say that the best way is to utilize your hip hinge, keep the back straight, go as far as you can, feel a stretch down the back of your legs. You always want to be testing your hamstring length so that we're opening it up and stretching it. Your muscles are going to adapt to whatever position they're commonly used in. So if we can really open up the usage of all the muscles in our body to where we're moving them and lengthening them as much as possible, their resting tone will be set to this lengthened state, and this is generally a much more balanced state for the resting tone to be. So we're going to challenge the resting tone of the hamstrings by bending forward, feeling the stretch down my leg, and then I'm going to use my knees for the rest of the bending. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to pick something up off the ground, whatever I'm doing. Sometimes you can't do this. Sometimes if I'm trying to like reach into a bend, for instance, where I can't bend my knees, again, I'm going to bend as far as I can. And then, hey, if I need to collapse a little bit, that's fine. But let's just minimize the amount that the back is bowing forward, and also minimize the degree at which it's bowing forward, because it's unstable for the back. You could throw your back out. Legs are much better at this. They're bigger muscles, they're stronger, they're very capable. So now that you've tested the length of your hamstrings, what do we do if you have short hamstrings? If you can't bend forward very far while keeping your back straight, what's the answer? A couple things are the answer. One is to just be bending forward appropriately, testing that hamstring length regularly. Even when I'm sitting down, I can sit down and I can sit down with my butt behind me and my back straight, and I am again testing my hamstring length, as opposed to sitting down with my tail tucked. Now my hamstrings are shortened, right? This part of my butt right here, the ischial tuberosity, it comes closer to the knee. I'm not challenging the hamstrings length. I'm also causing some instability in the low back, so I sit upright with my back straight and my butt behind me. Next thing I can do is I can stretch my hamstring. So it's a good idea to regularly stretch your hamstrings. I like to just do one leg at a time. Leg is straight, hips are pointing forward, and I just lean forward at my pelvis. So I'm again trying to activate the hip hinge. I'm feeling a stretch down the back of my leg. In order to create change in soft tissue, you need to take 20 seconds to 2 minutes in any stretch. So 20 seconds opens up muscle, up to 2 minutes to release fascia, which is this outer coating around the muscle that determines its shape and determines if it's chronically tight. Fascia is the thing we're constantly trying to work with in regards to keeping the muscle length long when we're using that hip hinge. The next thing I would encourage is some kind of myofascial release device. This is a very effective device. This is my device named the deep tissue roller. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the deep tissue roller to its shortest length, turn the top of it in a little bit, and then I'm just going to put my leg on it like this and cross my leg over for a little bit more pressure. I can cross my leg down here if that's more comfortable. Here I'm just supporting my back. I feel a moderate amount of pressure in my hamstring. If I really want to increase it, I can lift my butt off the table just a little bit, and I can put weight into my right leg with my left leg. I can even use my heel to add the pressure, or I can extend my right leg and flex my kneecap to feel more pressure. I can rotate the leg. Oh, in that rotated position, that feels great. And then additionally put pressure on it after I relax the leg. And that is a really deep hamstring position right here. This feels amazing on this lateral hamstring called my bicep femoris. It's getting in there, it's penetrating deeply, and it doesn't require a lot of work on my part. I'm just sort of positioning my body over it, putting a little bit of weight into it. I can cross my leg over here. This is going to depend on your level of flexibility in regards to what you can do with this other leg, or how much of this kind of body English you're comfortable doing. But you want to be comfortable, and you want it to be sustainable, and you want the leg you're working on to be relaxed while you're working on it. Again, 20 seconds to 2 minutes, take your time. I don't know, read a book, watch some TV, do something to keep your mind off of it if you're feeling like that 2 minutes is a large amount of time to be patient for. So again, deep tissue roller, stretching, noticing the hip hinge, practicing the hip hinge, and take care of your hamstrings and take care of your back. Let's really get that length back.